Good morning. Hello, 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 magical mama. Here we are, Tuesday morning. So before I started doing the Facebook Lives, I was doing Taboo Topic Tuesday. And so I went, I loved that. Let's go back to that now that we're doing Facebook Live, and I can just share a little bit about a taboo topic, right? So the thought that came to my mind is when we don't feel good enough as moms. How often do you end your day and go, oh man, I could have done better? Or you just feel like an awful mom. I know that that's happened to me, and I know that's really like a prevalent case in mothering, is just feeling like you're not a good enough mom or feeling like a bad mom. And so I really wanted to touch on how it is that we can kind of start building up ourselves so we don't push ourselves down and don't keep going into the I'm not good enough syndrome. And I have a story that I wanted to share. But before I go into that story, I cannot believe it. We are on day 20. Day 20! Where's your calendars? I want to see them. I'm so excited to see them. Sorry. I have this like precariously placed on something so that I'm not shaking it around so much for you. So day 20. Where are you today on day 20? Hello, Gwyneth. How is what's your feelings like today? Hey, Krista. What's coming up for you today? Is there something in the air? I was feeling pretty awful yesterday. I actually ended up with like a stomach bug on Sunday night. And I ended up having a whole, so yesterday when I was doing Facebook Live, I was pulling it through from somewhere else to just be present with you guys, and then I went and laid on the couch for probably another like 5 hours. But it's a matter of, do we allow our feelings and our feelings of not being good enough to get in the way of what we truly desire? So for me, coming and doing Facebook Live with you is like the highlight of my day. I love connecting, and I mean more than that, I love having one-on-one sessions with women because we really get to dive deep. I had a friend come over yesterday, and she was telling me about what was going on in her life, and then of course, just because that's kind of what I do, we dove in a little bit deeper, and I love connecting. And so for me, being able to join with you guys in this Facebook Live just fills my day. It starts my day off in a beautiful note with some connection and some love and some outpouring. So today I'm feeling 100% better. I was able to do my yoga. Yesterday I did a downward dog to do my yoga, and I went, I can't do yoga this morning. So today I was able to do my yoga and get right back on track. And I'd love to know if, as you're doing this day, these 30 days, are you acknowledging or incorporating any new rituals? One at a time, right? We're going to do one at a time. So is there anything that you're adding into your life that is creating some movement or momentum for you, or creating some change? Is there a routine that you're working on, bedtime or morning or self-care? Is there anything that is being incorporated through this? So, the not enoughness. So as you guys know, I've had this business, the Magical Mothering business, for a little over 2 years, almost 2.5 years, I guess. Maybe a little bit longer, but when I first started Magical Mothering, it was just going to be my massage therapy, and I was going to revamp my massage therapy and get it going again and help moms be better moms, but with massage therapy. That was as far as I knew that it was going to go. I just thought I was going to do massage therapy and get that business back going. Lo and behold, this is what it's turned into, and a lot of points along the way, I didn't think I was good enough. or I didn't think I had enough certifications, or I didn't think that who would want to listen to me? I'm just this mom who, you know what I mean? A lot of those thoughts would come into my mind. And as each step that I got pulled more and more, and now even coming and doing the Facebook Live every morning, somebody had asked me, like, do you write out what you're going to say? And I go, no, it just comes through. Every morning at, 7:56, I go, Spirit, what are we talking about today? Or, make sure that what comes through me is going to touch the hearts of the women that are going to be here today. And even that is such a stretch to acknowledge just being present and knowing that however we show up today is good enough. So about last week, so not this last Friday, but the Friday before, I had a spirit download. Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, what are we doing? Krista took me, who's on live right now, she took me to this amazing spirit circle. A spirit circle has mediums, and they share what spirit wants to come through and tell you. So one of the messages that came through was from my grandma. And my grandma told me that she was actually leading her own workshops based on what she was learning from what I was doing. And there have been times in the past 2.5 years that I said, if this doesn't start working, I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to walk away because I'm taking time away from my kids. Like, what's the point of this? And when I heard that from my grandma through this woman, it struck me that I'm not doing this for me. This is not about me. My healing journey and my work that I'm doing within myself is bigger than me. So any feelings that I have that are not good enough, or that it's not working, just literally flew out the window in that moment. And I went, I will never doubt again that this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So I just really wanted to create that awareness for you that you are good enough. This is enough. You are enough. And it's not just about you. Allowing yourself to create the connection to something bigger that you're being pulled into. And if you don't know what that is, please connect with me. Because I think we're all pulled into something bigger. Whether it's creating a business or not, I don't think everybody is called to do that. But I do believe that everybody has something invaluable to share and gift to the world in some way or form. Yes? Yes. I think everybody is pulled into something bigger than themselves. And until you have that pull, you will kind of feel a little lost. And that's why I start everything with rhythm. Everything with awareness, because when we start to become aware and we start to flow through our rhythm, we start feeling the feelings, then that openness comes. We don't have to get so stuck in the brain just trying to figure out the day-to-day meanderings, right? We don't have to get stuck with, well, when am I going to do the dishes? When am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Hello, Gail. So when we allow ourselves to really feel and really get pulled into our rhythm and really step into the flow, then something more or higher can come out of us and we feel pulled into that creation process. So don't get stuck in the I'm not good enough phase, because that's a really crappy phase to be in anyway. And then when you let that dictate or rule what is actually going to come out of you, the whole world is going to miss out on your gifts and talents and creation. And again, it doesn't have to be this big, huge business. You don't have to go on Facebook Live every day. But there is, I mean, just you being you affects the whole world. And you as being authentically you, not being lost, wandering, not good enough you, but you as your powerful, amazing, magical self walking through this world literally changes the people that you come into contact with. So I just had a conversation with a good friend of mine, like I was saying yesterday, and she goes, I have been so lost for months. I've been wandering, I've been shifting, they sold their house, she's tried so many things, and yet she still felt so lost. And then she met a woman who is going to help her go deeper into her own healing journey, and she's like, that was the missing piece. I needed to find somebody to help pull me into healing, because that was what was going to shift, what needed to shift for me to move forward. So I say this because so much of my own stuckness and my own journey has shifted as soon as I was willing to go a little bit deeper. As soon as I was able to say, okay, I'm ready to get really uncomfortable and see what happens, right? When you do that in every aspect of your life, whether it's yesterday's, I'm going to ask for what I really want and see and how to make it possible, or all the way to I'm just going to be present to the day. And I'm not going to distract myself on social media. I'm not going to play games. I'm not going to just veg out, right? Can you imagine if you did that for a whole week? What would be possible? What would be possible if you allowed yourself to be present to the feelings, allowed yourself to be present to the moment, and allowed yourself to feel, even if it's feeling the not good enoughness and saying, you know what, I feel it, I acknowledge it, and now I'm done with it. I allow myself to be whole and magical and beautiful, and I'm going to step into the world like that. And sometimes it's just a shift. It can happen that easily. What do you decide to do today? What do you want to put out into the world? And if you're stuck, you're stuck. Let's get you unstuck. If you're ready to move forward and you know how to do that, start doing that. And it's just a matter of always looking towards something bigger. What is it that you desire? And how can you get there? Whether it's just being present with your kids and putting down the distractions, that is huge. Whether it's going for walks every day and connecting in nature and just being, that's big. So allowing your desires to be as big or as little as you want. Big desires, I mean, when I listen to Shanda Sumter every morning and she talks about, she has a multi-million-dollar business. And in her multi-million-dollar business, she's got some big goals, right? When you have a multi-million-dollar business, your goals are multi-million-dollar size. When you are running a household, run your household with big dreams. Do you have dreams of peace and love and connection and fun and adventure? Start dreaming these. How can you make them happen? What people need to be in your life? What circumstances need to be in your life? How do you just create these things one step at a time? So again, it's not that you have to have these multi-million-dollar dreams, but what you can have is just desires of your heart, and allow them to start growing and allow them to start creating the life that you really desire and long for. So day 20, we're on day 20. I can't believe it. I'm so grateful for just the insight, and I'm so grateful for the support that all of you ladies are giving to me and to everyone else, and allow them to manifest. Yes, absolutely. Receive, right? Allow yourself to receive them once you've put them out. Great point. Great reminder, Krista. So please, please, please post your calendars today. Day 20. I can't believe it. If it's not filled in all the way, post the picture anyway. Fill in today, fill in yesterday, because I'm sure you can remember how you felt yesterday, and just start fresh with us. Take a picture of it. Day 20. I'm so grateful for this tribe, these women. I'm so grateful for you. because you guys keep me on track, you guys keep each other on track, and you allow us to really pursue our greatest and biggest desires of our hearts. So what do you desire today? And let's leave the not enoughness. Let's leave the feelings of not being good enough behind and push through that, right? Sometimes it's just a matter of pushing through the uncomfortableness of not thinking that you can do it to actually doing it. If I had let my thoughts of who really wants to listen to you every morning on Facebook Live, if I had listened to those thoughts, I would just be doing a disservice, I feel. I wouldn't be able to share the insights that I'm getting, and I wouldn't have this connection with you. And I can't imagine not having this connection with you guys now. But at first, oh my gosh, it was so uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable to click go live, for the first week. And now I'm loving this, and I hope that you guys are too. So if you guys have other mom friends that you would like to invite into the Magical Mothering group, who you would think would enjoy the Facebook Live, please do. I would love to have more women who are going to continue this journey of support and love and connection. So let's push through those feelings of not being good enough or feeling like a bad mom. We don't need those, right? Ugh. Acknowledge that maybe you're being shitty in the moment. Acknowledge that maybe you're not being your best, right? And figure out tools and behavior of how to shift that, and then step forward and create your awesome life. Create your magical life and do it. So I'm out. Peace and blessings to all of you. Have such a beautiful Tuesday. And again, I'm just so grateful for you being here, and I will see you tomorrow.